Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Trevor. Very grateful to have you here. And today's video, I've got 10 fragrances for Christmas, and it's the middle of July. I saw that Joma Shop had a Christmas in July sale going on. And I thought that'd be a good theme to go into for a video for today. The freshies can be getting a little bit monotonous at this point, halfway through the summer for some of us. I know that I've been a little bit, at least in terms of presenting videos and recommendations for fragrances to you guys, wanted to maybe switch it up a little bit. So I've got some really nice, sweet, spicy, warm, ambery style fragrances that are perfect for the holiday season. And I'm going to start right away with this classic, a little bit of a novelty fragrance, I would say. It's just the holiday season in a bottle from the end of Halloween all the way up to the end of New Year's. This is perfect for the occasion. This is Burberry's London. You can still find these ones, I think, at the rack stores. I don't know if it's been officially discontinued, but still an affordable fragrance, and this is very much a Christmas in a bottle style fragrance, Thanksgiving in a bottle style fragrance. You get the really nice, warm, spicy tobacco cinnamon combo. There's also a port wine accord that definitely adds this very much festive dinner occasion going on to the scent profile. Very green as well. There are some almost coniferous touches here that just give you all of the elements that you would be looking for in a holiday fragrance, from the greens to the tobacco cinnamon combination to that little bit of a booziness. This is just an absolute all-star for the Christmas season. Has a little Christmas sweater on the bottle, just stunning juice for the occasion. Not the best performance. I only get about 4 hours from that, but it's perfect to wear to a dinner for that time of the year. Next, there is a honorable mention, I should say. These are in stock without caps as testers currently for under $50 on Fragrance Net, and that is Azzaro Pour Homme Intense. And this is one of my favorite Christmas fragrances, point blank period. So if you do get it without the cap, it's going to look like this. However, it's maybe not the worst one to pick up a tester like this, just because I believe that these caps also come in this exact same form on their other offerings. So if you just wanted to get a regular Azzaro Pour Homme and this Intense, you get the full presentation here. I know it's like spending a little bit extra, but this is a fragrance I think this is absolutely a must-own for the holiday season. It's just got that creamy, sweet, foamy barbershop appeal that you would be looking for in an Azzaro flanker. However, there's this beautiful cinnamon and brandy kind of combination going on that just makes this like super, super delectable and masculine and clean at the same time. Probably the cleanest fragrance in this list, despite having that very prominent cinnamon note in here. This is just an absolute gem. Very, very sad it's been discontinued, but wanted to make an honorable mention here on this list just because they have these in stock at Fragrance Net right now for the cheapy price. Even if you don't get the caps are pretty easy to get a hold of. Okay, moving into the next recommendation here. This is going to be the last cheapie. Then I've got a few designers and some niches. This is Jaipur Homme. This is the Eau de Parfum. Oh, I think I actually lost this little blue piece to the cap there. So the Eau de Parfum of this, there is an Eau de Toilette. They're very similar in the scent profile. This one's just a little bit more creamy, whereas the Eau de Toilette is a little bit more citrus and spicy. This one just is better blended, I would say. At times I enjoy the less well-blended aspects of the Eau de Toilette, but for this list, I think in the holiday season, this is a great one to pick up. Jaipur Eau de Parfum, just it's almost like barbershop-esque in the sense that it's got this powdery, cleanly, soapy quality going on, almost like an Acqua di Parma fragrance, that powdery, cleanly quality. Maybe some lavender accounting for some of that, but then otherwise it's just like a very benzoin, vanilla, heavy, spicy fragrance. Just very perfect for this time of the year. And honestly, after spending some time with it, I believe that this is the fragrance that Roja Dove cloned when he came out with this Enigma. Now this one has a little bit more of a cola vibe. There is some added nuances to this fragrance that make it a better fragrance overall, but I think that I don't know if it's an extra $100 worth of a better fragrance. So Creation E or Enigma, at least the Parfum Cologne version, I think cloned this and did a really good job of kind of Roja-ing it up. if that's a word, but I think this is a way better value for your money and one of the best cheapies on the market right now, period. So that's Jaipur Homme Eau de Parfum. Moving into the designers, I think I've got 3 here. This one I think is a must-own for the holiday season, and if I could only pick one of these for this upcoming Christmas 2024, it would probably be this one. It's just so on theme. It's also very well received, at least when I've worn it out and with the public. This is by the Fireplace, which was inspired by the Christmas song Chestnuts Roasting by an Open Fire, which is exactly what you get here. A warm toasted marshmallow kind of sweetness alongside of a nutty chestnut and some smoky incense. Just the perfect combination of scent profiles for the Christmas season. And I think these are relatively affordable, and part of the reason why I was putting this list together here in the middle of July is because right now is a great time to buy these warm, sweet, spicy, ambery fragrances in the off season, because the prices on them are generally a little bit lower than they would be closer to December, because the demand is not as high. Moving into the next one, this is a little bit different presentation in the current bottle formulations. I haven't smelled the differences in the juices, but I hear they're pretty similar. This is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. This one now has a silver plaque and a black cap, so I wish they would have kept to the old presentations. I loved the flankers of this and how they looked a little bit different. But this is just a very nice tobacco cinnamon plum fragrance. You get that creamy almond that kind of ties all those other elements together, but otherwise just gives off a very nice crimson red hue in the tonality of the fragrance. The cinnamon here is very nice and spicy and textured, and you can tell by the juice level how much I enjoy this one, and I think this is the best in the line that I've tried currently for the Christmas season. Still haven't gotten my nose on the new Parfum that has a boozy note in there. That one could easily be in this list as well, just because booze goes very harmoniously with the Christmas season, I would say. But this is my pick right now from the line for the holiday season, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. And then finally, the last designer here, this is Pasha de Cartier Parfum. This is a really beautiful coniferous Christmas tree style greenery. There is that walking out into a pine wood or an evergreen forest in the wintertime sensation, alongside of an extremely creamy sandalwood and a barbershop foamy cleanliness. So you do get this barbershop style fougere quality coming in here, and while I still honestly think I might enjoy this one as a Christmas time barbershop a little bit more, this one does have better quality, better projection, great longevity, and again, as you can tell by the juice level, one that I think is just an all-star for the winter season. Definitely worth checking this one out, and I think you can find these for under $100 for the 100 ml, which is a steal. Okay, and then we're moving into the next 5 fragrances here. These are all niche. I'm not going to spend too much time going over these because they're pretty well known. We have Xerjoff's Naxos. This is honey, tobacco, and lavender. The lavender in here is one of the best in my collection. Very aromatic and masculine. Really tones back a lot of the excessive sweetness coming in from the tobacco honey combination, and just a very well blended, smooth fragrance, perfectly seamless textural feel to this one, and definitely one just worth getting your nose on. It might not be for everybody. It is a little bit linear in my opinion, and it can be too sweet for some, but for me the lavender saves it from going too far in that direction and presents it very aromatic and masculine in my opinion. Next, in that same vein, there's a little bit of lavender in here that saves this from being a little bit too cloying, sweet, and doughy. Although it's got more of like a gummy textural feel, like almost like an amber Laffy Taffy, I want to say, with that masculine touch from the lavender. This is Soir from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Another somewhat linear, sweet fragrance. It does have that masculine tone. The lavender makes it more cologne-esque than candle-scented, I want to say, in some degree. But this is such an easy wear for this time of the year, and the scent profile goes perfectly with the holiday season. It's just a very well-done amber fragrance, which is really the main player here. It's just like a well-done, linear, monotone amber with a touch of lavender to kind of give it a masculine edge. And I haven't tried any clones of this one. Might be worth checking out though. It is, you know, I feel like most of the house of MFK, the clones do come pretty close from what I've tried of things like Baccarat Rouge 540 clones, as well as Elizabeth Arden's green tea to their Aqua Media Cologne Forte. But that one is definitely one of my favorites to wear during the season. Next we have another hyped up fragrance. This one is definitely a must try in my opinion. None of the clones come quite close to the magic that this one captures. This is Killian's Angel Share, and the awesome thing about this fragrance is the texture that it gives off. It smells like you are sniffing silk. Like, there's just such a smooth quality to the vanilla in here. And then the oak also is superbly done. That woody facet from the oak in here is one of the things that are not captured in the clones, specifically because Killian does so. I'm pretty sure, like, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I've read that they do soak the actual juice and age it in oak barrels to give it that added quality of the scent profile, the olfactory experience, and that is very apparent in here. I think the oak is like one of the best oak scents I've smelled in any fragrance. The vanilla has this to die for silky texture, and then the cinnamon in here also gives it another layer of complexity that really ties it all together. That makes this one of the most hyped fragrances for a good reason. Killian's Angel Share, definitely a perfect companion for the holiday season. Next we've got another one. Now I've sampled Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. That one probably could have been in this list. I don't own it currently, however, and I think that one also is a little bit of a gimmicky fragrance, kind of like this Burberry's London. You would only wear it on specific occasions during this season. Same thing with like Virgin Island water in the summertime, something that's very specific towards the events that you'd be wearing it in. This one kind of goes in that same vein, but I think it's a little bit more wearable and versatile than Tobacco Vanille. This is Vanille Havanne from Les Indemodables. This is really nice, very rich, dark chocolate, like a baker's chocolate almost, with a boozy nuance going on in here. That's really the two main facets I get, like a baker's chocolate and a like a rum. There's tobacco in here also that kind of gives it this earthy quality, so it's a very earthy baker's chocolate boozy nuance, and it's almost like a boozy brownie in some sense. It's more of a brownie-esque type of sweetness coming together with the spices and tobacco, everything. Very high quality, and this is from the house, one of the only ones that I've seen really pop up at Fragrance Buy for like $180. Generally these are like $250 for a 50 ml. The quality is there. I think this house is worth that little bit of extra premium in the cost. Definitely worth checking this one out. I know this one's been hyped as well, and I think also for good reason. Not even my favorite from the house, but I think this is the most hyped and well known, and really a great one for the holiday stretch from you know, like Thanksgiving all the way to the end of New Year's. And then finally, this last one on the list is a little bit more of an autumnal fragrance, but there's some green facets in here that remind me a little bit of like Christmas trees, and then some nice woody, well done cedar that also kind of puts me in that same mood, with some spices that remind me of the holiday season as well. And it's definitely something that I would rock all the way from like September all the way through Christmas. This is Creed's Royal Oud, and there is a pretty good clone of this one. I think it's Oud Royal from Ministry of Oud. That one comes pretty close to the scent profile in here. The lemon in there is a little bit off, but otherwise it really comes close, and it's probably worth picking up for $30 if you don't want to spend $300 for this one. However, that being said, this is definitely in my top 10, maybe even my top 2 or 3 of my entire collection, and one that I hope to always have. Definitely something that speaks to me as an individual in terms of the juice and scent profile, something I could see wearing as a signature, and one I definitely recommend for Christmas coming up 2024. Get your nose on it, maybe get a 5 ml, 10 ml decant would be perfect to rock for the holiday season. And those are my recommendations for Christmas in July. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're picking up anything for the cold season right now because of the discounts that are available, or what you're going to be looking forward to wearing after you get done with this freshy season here. And as always, I really appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.